Hello there everyone, it's Diorama Don here once more, and today I will be making a barn. Everybody makes a barn. If you look on YouTube, all the modelers, they make some kind of version of a barn. So I'm going to be no exception, but I'm going to make mine in cardboard, and that's all. I'm not going to use anything else, only cardboard. Some people use styrofoam and other materials, but this is my version of a cardboard. So I'm using 3mm cardboard as usual, and I've cut out the shape of the front of the barn that I want. That's going to stand at the back, and I've got another piece the same at the front. So I've marked out what's going to be on the front. So the door will be there. This will be brick. I've made a couple of videos now showing you how I go about making my homemade bricks, but they will fit in that area. And these are the slats of wood that will be at the front there. So that's how I'm going to do it. The slats will be divided by putting a ruler just below the line of where I want the cut. If I can, there, something like that. And then with an extraordinarily sharp knife, and being extraordinarily careful, cut a 45-degree angle or thereabouts. So you're cutting a groove, as it were, down there, and then turn round and do exactly the same thing the other side. So just below the line, and then cut that out. So what will actually come out there is a 90-degree or a triangular piece of cardboard at 90 degrees with a pencil line going down the middle, if you've done it right. So that will give the impression of there being slats of wood going down there. So that is what I'm going to do. And then I say this will be brick. And to give it more of a three-dimension look, these posts will go, I've cut some 3mm card, 3/16 wide, which will go all around the doorway and along the top there and in between the brick parts and on the end. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. So it won't be that deep because it's going to sit on a diorama with let me just put the side pieces in like that. It'll sit on a diorama with a vehicle in a muddy field going across that way. Haven't decided what vehicle to use yet, although I think one or two of you might guess which one it is. So that will make up the roof when I'm ready for it. But for the time being, all the work will be in the front of the barn by cutting these grooves and putting these surround support around the door and the bricks on. So I will do that and come back and show you. So just a quick update. I cut the grooves out the cardboard and then every so often cut right into the cardboard to cut these expansion joints, if you like, where the wood has expanded and made a hole in the door or the top of the building there. Then at the bottoms I cut with a sharp knife to chamfer the edge of the cardboard, and then gouged with a very small screwdriver to make it look like rotting bottoms of the panels of wood. I think I said that right. So we've got rotting wood at the bottoms there, and big holes in the panels of wood, and put these pieces all around. Not sure what they might be called, but I'll give it a coat now of wall filler with a little bit of water, because we're going to have to start doing some painting and then black washing. And black washing, which is basically water and cardboard, don't really go together well. So with a coat of filler on, then we can do what we like to that on top as a basis then for painting. So I'll do that, give that a coating, and put the bricks in these areas here, and we'll see how we get on from there. Okay, so I put a few more cross members to make it look a bit more door-like on the front there, and give it a coat of white wall filler with a little bit of water and a little bit of black paint to give it a grey coating. So it won't take too much darkening then to make it an old woodish colour. So when I put a black wash on, it won't necessarily need to be that black. So I'll put the bricks in on the front and side there. Oh, that one's moved. Glue's not dry yet. They need to be filled in with mortar. That would be a grey mortar as well. And I'll put the rest of the building together. I didn't make a great job of the top there, but it's going to have corrugated sheets on top. So I've got a sheet of corrugated cardboard that I'll try, I've never done before, but try to make look like corrugated sheets. I'm not good at painting. I'm okay with cardboard and putting buildings together and brickwork and grout, but when it comes to actual paint, it just doesn't agree with me. I never do the right colour. It never looks right for me. So I steer away from actual paint as much as I can. So we'll see how it turns out anyway. So I've got to wait for these bricks to dry, put the mortar in and put a black wash on, and we'll see how we get on from there. Okay, looking a little more finished now. I gave it a coat of grey wall filler again, which filled the bricks in, and just dry white and black dry brushing really. That's all I've done. No colour. Maybe a little bit of well, these are my only these are the only two paints I've got. I've got a litre of white emulsion from the DIY store, but what's this one? Burnt umber and black. That's all I use. Sometimes mix the black with the burnt umber, sometimes mix the white with the black, but that's basically all I ever use. So when I talk about paints and painting, just supposing I wanted to paint the corrugated paper to make it look like corrugated iron, it seems to me what you do now is just pop down the hobby shop and buy a bottle of corrugated iron paint, and you're done. That's not really what I mean about painting. It destroys the whole point of model making. It's finding out how you mix a couple of paints or try to find the way of doing things without buying expensive paints from hobby shops. So that's got it off my chest. So anyway, what I did with the corrugated iron was actually I sprayed it silver. I had some silver aerosol spray paint, so I started off with silver, and I did the whole A4 sheet of corrugated paper cardboard. And then I tried to make the whole sheet look like a piece of aged and rusted corrugated iron. Once I'd done that, then I cut it up into small pieces. So that's what I've done. It's not great, but it's with the materials that I allow myself, then it's okay. It's near enough. But the front turned out really well. You don't have to put bricks in, obviously. Yeah, it could be wood. You could have wood slats there, in which case it would be entirely cardboard. It's basically all mostly cardboard anyway, apart from just a few bricks I put in there. So that's the barn. Then I made a base for it. 2 pieces of polystyrene stuck together again, and then a piece of some pieces of 3mm cardboard around the edges, and then sprayed black. Then I mixed some soil from the garden and some sand and a lot of PVA glue. Mixed that up and just plonked that on the let's just put that there. Just put that on the diorama, and this is what we've ended up with. There was a point where when I pushed my half track into the into the substance, I could just make out the tracks for it. So that's going to be that's a good thing. I've got the tracks of my half track. So I'll continue with this front area, and add a bit of grass and see what happens, really. It's a case of doing things and then they don't look right, so do them again and so on. But I think that the barn itself is pretty much finished. I'll probably do a little bit more dry brushing, but that's basically finished. So I'll finish off the front with my paint collection and see what it looks like. Okay, so mission complete. I didn't do any more really to the barn. Just left it as it was. I think it's reasonable enough. Just put a bit of grass around on the ground outside and a few bushes. So there we are, one cardboard barn, just entirely of cardboard, and very little of it as well. So well, I'm talking less than £1, $1.50 to make it. That's all it was, really. So now we've got the tracks in the mud in the front. That means only one vehicle can now sit properly on there. So there we are. The famous half track, the most famous half track on on YouTube, maybe. So there we go. Quite easy to do, really. Just cutting those grooves out of cardboard and then making the holes a bit bigger on the sides and scraping the bottoms to make it look so it's rotted wood. So yeah, okay, there we go. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe. Click that subscribe button. You'll be informed for new videos. In the meantime, I'll be back with a new video in a couple of days. Not quite sure yet. I haven't thought of anything yet, but I'm sure something will come to mind. So thanks again, and happy modelling.